Hi guys, this is part 2 of the potential violations that New Indy may have committed. There will be a link in the descriptions on both videos for part 1 and part 2. The EPA released this after the consent decree was approved. Real nice. Number 8, New Indy may have failed to maintain the bypass line valves in its closed vent system in the closed position with the car seal. I imagine that's so it doesn't leak. Numerous bypass line valves were noted as having missing or broken car seals, allowing the valves to be opened without breaking a seal. February, August, September, October, and December 2018. D-Heck, where are you? January through December 2019, January, April, May 2020, July through December of 2021. That's interesting because testing was in July of 2021. So why are they just finding this out now? New Indy may have failed to maintain each enclosure opening at a negative pressure. New Indy identified multiple instances of enclosure openings failing their annual negative pressure smoke test. Therefore, New Indy may have daily violated the requirement to maintain negative pressure from the date the annual test failed until the date that New Indy remedied the situation with documented repair and retesting. So that would have been 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. Again, remember, the changeover was in 2020. So this was, some was before. Monitoring requirements, number 10. New Indy may have failed to make a first effort to repair a defect within 5 days after the problem was identified. So they again have 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2021. It's just disgusting. Obviously, we knew that there was monitoring issues after what happened to the ASB, which is in the picture behind this photo. It's just insane. Number 11, New Indy may have failed to complete a repair within 15 days or by the end of the next process unit shutdown. This would have been January through October of 2018. Again, D-Heck, where were you? 2019, 2020, and 2021. Number 12, New Indy may have failed to sample the outlet soluble BODS concentration in the mixed liquor volatile suspended solids in the biological treatment system on a daily basis, according to a July 2022 letter. New Indy has been monitoring the outlet soluble BODS concentration 2 times per week and the mixed liquor volatile suspended solids during the monthly performance tests. So I don't understand why we're leaving the solution monitoring, record keeping, reporting, even the testing for H2S is going through New Indy's lab. Okay, they created the problem. They continue to create the problem. They're really not fixing the problem. I mean, the EPA even said that in the first extension of the consent order and then turned around to approve the consent decree like they magically changed something, but they were doing all the same stuff in their temporary speculative fixes, as the EPA called it in that extension. So now that the consent order's over, it's like, to hell with it. New Indy should have to be paying somebody from the EPA to be on site from the moment this started until the moment that it's finished. I mean, they obviously need some incentive because Robert Kraft is a billionaire who doesn't really care about $1 million. So the law firm at that meeting said it would take about $6 million. And he just doesn't want to do it. Could he do it over a span of time? Sure, he could. But why would he? Number 13, New Indy may have failed to record the date of each attempt to repair a leak. Their LDAR tracking sheet contains no record of the date of any attempt to repair a leak or defect for February and April of 2018. I'd like to know where that leak or defect was. It'd be nice if it said it in here. Number 14, New Indy may have failed to record the repair method applied to each attempt to repair the leak. Again, what leak? Where was this leak, EPA? DHEC? This was, again, for February and April of 2018. So where was the leak? When did this happen? Where did this happen? I think we all have a right to know, specifically the employees, in case it was, inside. Number 15, New Indy may have failed to record the expected date of repair for repairs that were not completed within 15 days. Again, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. Again, New Indy should have to be paying somebody from the EPA to be on site to oversee every single thing that they're doing, and maybe it would pick up the pace. And if that means they have to hire someone to replace that person's job at the EPA too, then so be it. They caused this, and the EPA is doing the same thing with the train derailment in Ohio. They're letting Norfolk Southern handle it. It's just disgusting. Except they're going to let them, if they don't do it adequately, they're going to charge them more. But they're not doing that with New Indy. Number 16, New Indy may have failed to record the date of successful repair of the leak. Again, this is for February and April of 2018. I'd really like to know where this defect or leak was. Maybe it's the one they were talking about with one of the seals before. I guess I'm not certain. It's not very clear. Number 17, New Indy may have failed to record the position and duration of opening of bypass line valves. So this one is pretty clear. Numerous bypass line valves were noted as having missing or broken car seals. However, New Indy provided no corresponding records of the duration of their opening or the condition of these valves. And it had said that, it can get into the atmosphere. So this is, again, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. Where are you, DHEC? Where's the oversight? Number 18, this is under reporting requirements. New Indy failed to include adequate information regarding the mass of condensate collected. So that foul condensate is those toxins made up of 60 different components. And half is being treated with the steam stripper. Not even half. And the other is sent down to the inadequate aeration basin that should be treating the 92% of HAPs, and is being treated with the hydrogen peroxide, which I don't think is adequate either. So, the law firm has said now that mixed together, they create their own VOCs. So who knows what's in our air? That's just lovely. But New Indy doesn't get charged extra for their inadequate, temporary, and speculative fixes. The EPA allows it. And last but not least, number 19, New Indy may have failed to provide a complete and timely notification of compliance status after making the changes associated with Project Columbia. So that was the changeover that was made in 2020 that led to all this from white to brown paper. A notification dated in 2020 lacks sufficient detail regarding the changes that had taken place since the last notification, including but not limited to changes in the pulping system, the pulping process condensate system, and the enclosed vent system. Test report lacks sufficient detail regarding, among other changes, the changes to the pulping process vents and the closed vent system. In addition, New Indy provided the August 2021 notice more than 15 days after the changes associated with Project Columbia and after the changes associated with starting up the steam stripper in May of 2021. So again, no oversight. Nobody's watching what they're doing. They're not staying on top of it. I just checked the environmental tracker, a month ago, and they were supposed to have requests for permits in already, and nothing there. Where's the enforcement? Where's the compliance? What's happening? Why are we just letting it go, DHEC and the EPA, and then coming back to it a year later and saying, whoops? So this is the aeration stabilization basin at New Indy, where the unstripped, untreated toxic foul condensate is being sent down and treated with the hydrogen peroxide starting in October of 2021, when we all smelled the odor change from that nasty fecal odor of hydrogen sulfide to that nasty sweet urinal cake porta potty smell that we all have known to come love and loathe at the same time. And I say love because then we at least have an indication that toxins are in the air, because not all of them have an odor. So if we aren't smelling them, that doesn't mean that they're not there. And at the last law firm meeting with the class action lawyers, they confirmed that mixing that foul condensate with the 60 compounds in it with the hydrogen peroxide going to that basin does create its own volatile organic compound. So we really have no idea what's in the air. So that foul condensate has over 60 compounds, including hydrogen sulfide, methylmercaptan, which is created when methanol and hydrogen sulfide mix together, dimethyl sulfide, dimethyl disulfide, ethanol, acetone, methyl ethyl ketone, and terpenes. So according to most of the paperwork, approximately 300 gallons per minute of unstripped toxins are sent to this lagoon that's supposed to be destroying 92% of hazardous air pollutants, but I don't think it was, and I think that's why New Indy was so gung-ho to restart the inadequate steam stripper back in May of 2021 when this started in February of 2021, because in my opinion, I think after knowing what happened, they knew what happened obviously with all that fiber washing and stuff, they realized it probably wasn't treating it adequately. So that is approximately 432 gallons per day, and some paperwork even shows more than that. So, I mean, they need to upgrade that equipment, and it's what's causing most of this toxic air that we've all been dealing with for 2+ years now, that nobody really seems to care about. Not the EPA, not DHEC, because DHEC has given them until June of 2025 to upgrade this equipment. So they'll be sending that toxic foul condensate down there until then. I still have to go over the water lawsuit that the law firm filed about the dioxins and the cobalt in the groundwater, and get something together for that. So I will do that. Thanks, guys. Oh, real quick, these are just some of the complaints that were sent in the beginning of when this started, and because the consent decree is over, and honestly, the extension of the original consent decree said that if they didn't extend it, New Indy could increase emissions, and we've all noticed it getting worse. I'm sure that this is even worse than it was. I know for me, I'm still getting symptoms when it's around. So, we also had a more in-depth one, but unfortunately, some of the people that are now in New Indy's bogus community engagement board, unfortunately, took that with them when they left. So that's just lovely. We don't have that anymore. Maybe we need to do another one. I'm not really sure. But you guys can let me know that. All right. Thanks, guys.